Hi, it's Odin from the Mind Body Project. Welcome back. Day number 6 we're on now. Just remember, we've got the Turn Depression into Happiness course, 8-week course, where we're going to be using all the techniques and everything I have available, including check sheets and everything like that. So if you have depression or you want to learn more about depression, then you get on that, because then we'll be doing a load of stuff, a lot of learning there. You've got the Turn Anxiety to Confidence course. That's a 4-week course. A lot of learning there as well. A lot of new code games. A lot of tapping techniques and all sorts of things, and mindfulness and hypnosis and loads of things like that as well. And then you've got the NLP new code games, specifically games that I'll be designing for that course. So if you're interested in any of those, just please book below, just click on the link for more information. Okay, so day number 6. Is NLP the same as CBT? So neuro-linguistic programming, is it the same as cognitive behavioural therapy? No. So I've studied both of those. The thing is, if I'd have studied CBT first, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But because I studied NLP first, I realised that whilst they had the similar theory, well, the similar patterns, similar theories, what they're trying to go after, similar understanding, the way that they understand problems. The problem with the CBT is they're trying to make everything conscious-minded. They're trying to make it so that, I mean, one of the things that I had to do on the course that I was studying was, like, you have like over 90,000 thoughts every day, apparently. But they're trying to, every single time you think of something negative, to break the pattern, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make you write it down. So every time you do it, write it down. So then you take it to, so you get the client to write everything down that's negative, and then you have to do like what triggered it off, and then a load of other things as well. And I was sitting there going, people ain't got time to do things like that. People ain't got time to do stuff like that. They don't want to do that. They don't. It's not required. CBT, as I said, is trying to do everything conscious-minded, and your conscious mind does not have the capacity. Yeah. Look at this pen here. Right. This is your conscious mind's capacity. Yeah. Conscious mind. Now think of the city that you're in, or the town that you're in. The whole of that area is the unconscious mind's capability. Which are you going to use? Yeah, which are you going to use? Now, the thing is about unconscious stuff is harder to prove. It's harder to prove on paper. Now, CBT wanted to prove everything so that the government would actually use it, which is fine. And whilst it's going in the right direction and it's trying to be more practical, and as I said, the things that they're doing is, I don't near enough disagree with it. It's just like you're trying to use a part of the mind that's not got the problem. It's the unconscious mind, it's the patterns, it's the habits that you need to break. You need to break those patterns, and they're not doing that. And that's why it takes so long for them to do something. You need to be able to do things quick. The brain only works quick. That is why when you go to the cinema, how many frame rates per second is it? Yeah, it's 24, 48 or 60 now, which some of the movies are going to be. And the reason why that is because if I give you, it's like, do you know those stick men? And you put them on the page and you flip the pages. If I gave you one of those a week, would you understand what was going on? The brain only works quick. When I do a lot of the NLP patterns, I have to do it quick for it to work, for it to stay there. So it's like a swish pattern is whoosh. So I'm moving the picture whoosh, like that, very, very quick. Because the brain works quick, it has to do it quick. If it doesn't do it quick, it doesn't work, it doesn't recognize the pattern. Yeah, people, you have to do things quickly, or otherwise they are not going to recognize the pattern. That's why timeline therapy is very good, because you can zoom past your life in a fraction of a second and work out all the dark areas or whatever areas that need sorting, or the trauma areas. Your brain can do that very quickly. You go duh, 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 duh. That's if you use the unconscious mind, which is what NLP would do. So whilst it's similar in its the way that it use like depression or anxiety, and again with triggers and things like that, the application or how you would actually deal with things like phobia, or how you would deal with depression, or how you deal with an anxiety, then it's very, very, very different. And CBT is not going to work for a lot of people because they're just going to get annoyed. They haven't got the time to sit there, and loads of people don't want to sit there and write stuff. They don't want to write loads of problems and things on the board and talk about and write. They haven't got the time. And if you as a practitioner do not do that every day, then never give other people to do that every day if you're not going to do it. And I'm certainly not, I wouldn't do that. There's no way. There are easier ways to do things with NLP, especially NLP New Code, which is a more updated version. Then I'm going to do things a lot easier, a lot quicker, and a lot more streamlined, so you don't even have to think about it. It's just going to be done, sorted. You can go home and not think about it, and then when you get to situations, it's not going to bother you. So it's a lot easier to for me using NLP. Now CBT, as I said, it may work for some people. Some people, it's better than nothing. If you're going to sit there and go, well, I'm not going to use CBT, then I'll say, no, that's a mistake. I'll just still go there and use it. You're still going to understand what's going on with your brain. It gives you an insight of what you're doing. Yeah. So that's where it becomes useful. But for me, like, as I said, because I learned the NLP before that, then I was sitting there going, you're just trying to do things like, why are you trying to take 24 weeks to do a phobia when I can do it in like 3 minutes? It's like, you just don't need that. So it's annoying me because I know that you can do it quicker. But as I said, so that is the difference there. So similar, but in application, one's trying to use the conscious mind, one's going after the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is what's going to control your behaviours, not your conscious mind. You can understand all you want, but it's not going to necessarily change anything that you do. Or it's going to be willpower. You're going to have to use willpower, which your unconscious mind will override at some point in the future.